Good morning to you. It's Monday the 30th of December. I hope you had a lovely Christmas and I hope this video finds you well and rested. As you can probably tell by the sound of my voice, I'm not 100% well. Nothing serious. I've just had a bit of a cold. But you can probably hear I'm a bit nasally. And I'm doing this video to tell you that yesterday I did a long video with Kris. It was about an hour and a quarter. We went over quite a lot of topics for 2025 and I was struggling a bit throughout that, coughing and whatever, but you'll hear my voice is the same when you watch it, so I'm just telling you. So obviously we did this video and it was so brilliant and so many great topics, but right at the end we had 1 minute left and we didn't quite manage to wrap it up at the end. It just sort of cut off abruptly. We just ran out of a couple more minutes time where we could have finished the video. So I thought I would do this video so that you can go and watch it, and I'll link it up to this one so you can go find it. She's my friend. If you don't know, we studied together. Our teacher was the same teacher. So therefore it'll be at the end of this video, just click on the link and it's on her channel. So obviously I thought I'd do something very quick here so that it's not just a sort of blank empty video, and I thought I'd pick up from where we left off, which was in a way the conclusion of it. And we were looking at Trump, the inauguration on the 20th, and I wanted to know, will there be an immediate change on the 20th of January or before? Because obviously everything's going up. It's really tough for people. And then obviously financially, when will this QFS start? But obviously that's to do with Trump being exonerated as well. And we talk about that together on her video. I would like to also add that this morning I was obviously thinking about our reading. And there was a few things, and sometimes on the spur of the moment you can't think of everything, that a card is about. And so I looked in my workbook today, our workbook, and I just found some very interesting points that would really cement the reading that we did. So I'm going to add those comments under her video so you can see them. And nothing major, but it just made a lot of sense. So you'll see them there. Now, so let me ask, will there be an immediate change? Now this is what's tricky for us actually, because we were saying, how does he have an inauguration when he's already president? It doesn't make sense. Surely you'd have to tell them first. You can't have well, I suppose you could, because you already were one, but you never had your inauguration again. It just wouldn't make sense. He likes to do things by the book, I've noticed as well. So therefore, I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, we've literally got 3 weeks left. 3 weeks. I think it's going to get intense. So I will give you the information that these are the things I was going to put under Kris's video, that we did the media. And I'll just tell you this one, a tower flew out for me. Now obviously the tower is a sudden change. It's very destabilising. You'll know it's happened. It can be quite sort of a shocking moment as well. But when I looked in my workbook, obviously, we've been learning for 3 years now, but still, you still forget things. And I couldn't believe this sentence that I saw. So I was talking about the media, and I had in the workbook liberation from limitation. I thought that was fascinating, because that's what's been happening with the media. They have been limiting what we can see and what they're prepared to tell us. So just to read that quote, I was like, wow, that's amazing. It's amazing. So, you can't, it's hard to remember every single thing that you know, is in our workbook and what we've been taught. But I thought that was brilliant. That just summed it up nicely for me. So the Tower, liberation. We're going to be liberated from their limitations. So something has to happen big, doesn't it? I mean, I just don't know how exactly it will go on that day or before. So sorry, I've been rambling. I'm trying to sort of link the two videos up together for you. I actually have that on the bottom as I'm talking. So, I mean, this could be a temporary setback. Someone not willing to admit defeat. And I hope that doesn't happen. But let me look into it. Will there be an immediate change on the 20th? I know whatever happens, if it doesn't quite go as we think, I know it will be okay in the end. But I just don't know. I think the next 3 weeks could get very intense. I'm sure they're not willing to just admit defeat that easily, but I don't know. What did I say? Will there be an immediate change? This is another setback actually as well, but it's a small setback. Let me see. I hope something else happens before, and that the whole system can come down before that, so that he's not affected, but everything else is affected. So I had the same card. I didn't even notice how I was picking up the pack, but it really doesn't matter. What matters is you shuffle. As long as you shuffle, it doesn't really matter if you pick the same ones up again. I just do it as without thinking, to be honest. It's so automatic for me. So I have this temporary setback again. This could be to their plans. I mean, this could literally be talking about around the situation. For example, perhaps they know that, you know, because this is working as a good foundation together, a strong, formidable team, the structure. So it could be that they're trying, because this is a card of safety, okay? So it almost feels like he's safe, trying to make the world safe. And it's a lot going on, because this is very intense. There's a lot going on. And perhaps because he's already been passed by, trying to secure it doesn't happen again, maybe? Okay, so here we go. Well, it looks like he takes his seat. Because an emperor, he's a very powerful man. I think this feels like white hats, actually. This feels like white hats making certain that this doesn't happen again. And this man is an emperor, and he is in a proud, strong position, and he puts his foot down in no uncertain terms. Is anyone going to tell him what's what? And in a way, that card can often be like, can be governmental. So in a way, yes, he would have a governmental position. But because it's you know, it could be as well linked sort of to me for the white hats as well. But it looks like he takes his rightful place. Now, the only thing I'm wondering is, what was the question? The only thing I was slightly wondering was, I wonder if it would be to do with the Brunson case, proving that he did get those votes, because this looks like a voting card. Look, it looks like a voting card, and this was rejected, and this is, you know, not willing to admit defeat in a way, like pursuing it, doing the research and pursuing it. And I'm wondering if, like, maybe that's to do with his exoneration, that he has to be exonerated first, and that just fell out. Great news is heading your way. Abundance is coming to you in many forms. I do think he gets his position without question, but whether there's some setbacks or whether they just have to prove It could just be that they're going to prove how it should have been in the, it should have gone the right way in the first place. Maybe it's just that, and it's not a setback for him. It's a setback for, they need to tell the world that, because this actually feels like making the public aware. This can be like manifesting what you need people to know and communicating what you need people to know. And I mean, in this card, this is very seated. This is firmly seated. This is another seated card. And it feels like he needs to prove that he was already seated. Okay, and that's a card of sort of if you wait long enough, you will get what you need. Okay, and you feel more comfortable. And I do think that this has to be told in a way, that way. It can't just happen. Whether they do it on the day, whether it happens before, I'm not really sure. So what else do I have? I'm going to look here. Will there be an immediate change on the 20th or before? What do I have? Oh, I have decide. Maybe they haven't entirely decided how it's going to actually play out. I don't know. Whoa, that's your answer. Decide. So it could be quite interesting just waiting to see what happens over the next few weeks. They're mulling it over. Okay, so this is a wait, considering what to do in a way. This is like a crossroads point, and these are both information cards. So what do we tell the public? What are we going to do? What's our next course of action? Well, this is a communication, and, it's almost like decision time. I mean, that's literally what I got there, decision time. But I do think that he does get his rightful seat at some point, but how it unfolds exactly, I don't know. Maybe that's the mystery. We have to wait to see. But so you have a bit more information now about that. I just can't wait. I can't wait for that day. Those 3 weeks couldn't come quick enough for me. I've had enough of our big wigs. Our big wigs are just totally have gone rogue. What's this? Yeah, I'm going to look into that right now. I've made a decision. Right, our big wigs have gone completely rogue. What is going on with them? Cause and effect. Wrongs righted. Retribution. Maybe it's going to come back and bite them on the what's it. So this is about patience. This is waiting. Okay, sowing the seeds, but waiting. Your hard work will pay off in a way. So perhaps, yeah, like I just said, cause and effect. You're almost like, I think something's coming back to bite them on the whatever. Is that the case? If you know what I'm trying to say, there's so much scandalous stuff going on at the moment about, it's to do with the past, by the way, with that card. Just scandals. It's just like causing so many ripples. Although I don't think the people have enough power to do anything about it. I'm going to go with this one. But I don't know. I just think cause and effect. It could even be to do with the American election. That might come back and bite them on the whatever. You see, it could just be that. Now, I knew that was justice because it's marked. But anyway, still. Look, Mr. T wants justice. This also could be drama. It almost does feel like cause and effect. You know what? It's really odd, but it almost feels like the people were celebrating and thought they'd got a win-win here. All those people that voted them in, and then in a way, they backtracked on everything they said. Now, there has been a petition in the UK. I don't think that would do any good. About 3 million had signed it because they felt duped. Rightly so. Now, that could be that has created drama with the people and the people not happy. This could also be Mr. T. Could be some drama to do with the election in America as well. Supporting different sides. Could be to do with that as well. This is about boundaries, okay? But also what I find interesting is it's almost like she can be focused. I wonder if it's focused on getting to the bottom of things. And there's water here as well, which makes me wonder if it could also be something to do with water or overseas, could be America. Like, I'm going to just say this, but I hope it happens, but it's just what I feel it could be. That under the Justice card is a Wheel of Fortune, which is a change, it's a flip. And I'm wondering if they are being held to account. It could even be by Mr. T, okay? And because this feels like a change of government, and that's what they're focused on, okay? Yeah, it's very interesting now because I have a strategy. I actually wonder if they've been, all these things they've been told to do. I always wondered if it was theatre. I know that there was trouble with RIOTS. I know that, and I know that was backfiring on people. But I almost felt like the moment they got in, I had Judgment Day. Because this was going to be big, and I just felt like it was just so obvious. It's like, you know, they could have brought all these policies in over the last 4 years with Conservative, but they never did. So all of a sudden, you voted for this, and then they totally turned everything over. You felt like you had a tyrannical government straight away. It was like the worst thing ever. And it felt too much. Like, I remember posting something on the community page, and I said, no, and someone else had said, no government wants to be this unpopular this fast. And it just felt like, wow, they're really throwing it all at you in one go. And that's been in a very short amount of time. So to me, Judgment Day was, I feel like it was almost planned, plotted, and it was to end all of maybe British politics the way it is, or end the party, because when they interfered, who they wanted to back in the American politics, no government would do that. It's ridiculous. They're not silly. So it did feel like, wow, this just feels like it's been plotted and planted and they're following a script. And this is a strategy, you see. This could be to make a change and to reverse the decision. I would love to think, but I can't think how that could possibly happen. I just don't. Okay. I feel like they're hanging on in there, but it's not easy. But they're hanging on in there. It does feel like it could lead to an end. I wonder if they're gonna go and they know they're gonna go. I'm just gonna ask that. Oh my goodness, I have yes. And I have Page of Cups, a surprise. And remember, my friend Karen, this is just wisdom. This is showing us in order to bring us our freedom. I don't know, but my friend Karen, she got February that they would go. I wonder if they get called out, or by Trump, or get called out. I don't think it'll be the people. I don't think people have enough power. Yeah, this is leading us to that, I believe, because this feels like it's been planned and it's been worked on, and that's about 8 months. And then I have Justice as I'm talking. And how long have they been in? 6? Was it June? Oh my goodness, that would take you to about February, I think. Yeah, perhaps, if I've got my dates right. So this wasn't meant to be this long, this video, but I haven't done one for a few weeks. I had a nice rest. I'm going to ask... Oh, yes, I already got the answer. Ha! Magician. He manifests what he wants to happen. He communicates it and he performs it. It's like magic on the stage. So, what do you think my question was going to be? I wonder if this was devised, if you know what I mean. Let's see. Definitely with a magician. Feels like a performance, doesn't it? Performance. I think they're exposing them. I think they're going to get exposed. I think it's all been a plan. All the things you didn't know. Okay? All the things you didn't know. Oh my goodness, this isn't an ending. This is all the things perhaps we couldn't see behind the scenes. Now we're seeing. This feels like they're going to have to give up. New path. And an announcement. Right, okay, I've asked the question. Whoops, they're all falling out. My question was, is this the beginning and the end for them? And was this all to do with Mr. T, if you know what I'm saying? This could be to get new growth, okay, to restructure things. And I have a yes, so a new beginning. So it still could be to do with cause and effect. Could be trying to sort of put things back together for a new beginning. This is renewal, patience and perseverance when it's the right time. I do believe this was meant to happen. I genuinely, I kid you not, I think this was meant to happen. Yes, this is a creative rebirth. Okay, so this is a start, a beginning. So maybe it was all one big performance in a way. A play. They said it was a movie. They said it was a movie. Oh my goodness, look what I got. Look at this. Are you ready? They said it was a movie. Right. This make you feel a lot better. I did wonder why the headlines were getting thick and fast. And probably what they're doing at the same time, while they're doing that, you see, then they're doing a swoop underneath. And then, so everyone else thinks, business as normal, swoop. Business as normal. And they think nothing's wrong. I do think that's how it was played out. Judgment Day. Oh, yes. So it was kind of like unexpected. You probably get like a trumpet. And hello, she looks like she's got her hands out, waiting. Her two arms. Look at her arms. Knock, knock. Trumpet. Knock, knock. She's got her arms out. Look. What does that look like? Wait, I'm going to cut the deck again. Fear. Pulled back. Oh my goodness. Oh, hello. What are you doing there? It's because of justice. Okay, sorry, that was very long-winded. So the next one and the last one was financially. When will the QFS start? Because I can't cope with all these bills, and that is on the bottom. So it's down to the military to sort this out, and this will be moving forward with the QFS. Some setbacks. 3 months. I feel like perhaps it's even organised behind the scenes, reconfigured it, ready to go. So I got another 3. There'll be a big announcement about that, and then I think it will switch when they go, whenever that is. Okay, that's to get to the end of the journey, which we're not really there. And then I feel at that point, we can move forward with it. And this could be like a swap over. And this is quite a spiritual card as well. So that's when we probably start with the QFS. And that's about wisdom and guidance. And which would be the QFS, because it's very sort of ancient and wise and a lot of wisdom. So maybe there's been some setbacks. Why do I have the 3 of Swords? I don't know. I'm going to quickly ask that and then I'm done. Why do I have the 3 of Swords for the QFS? It's going to be hard to determine because it's a very open question. Could be anything. Well, it's a wonderful thing. That's a huge abundance and great happiness. Unless it could just be that it's had to be delayed or something. There's been some setbacks and disappointing news. Things didn't go as planned. Don't know. Could be about the banks. Why do I have a 3 of Swords, which is kind of like heartbreak, but it could be actually breaking up the banking system, actually. That's what it could be. Well, it doesn't look bad. So to me, what it looks like is that it's to do more with the banks, okay? And it's actually breaking up the banks, breaking up the system, breaking up the pain of what we've been under, because this is a sort of a stop, okay? And then there will be an announcement, and then at that point, I think our banking system will be pulled back, the one of the towns and the people, and then this QFS, which is wisdom and much more sort of spiritual, comes in instead. But I do think at that point then it gets pulled back. But I think the heartbreak is just because it feels like this is a legal thing that's come in and changed everything, because this is a good thing. Looks like something that we would love and we would be celebrating. So I do think the 3 of Swords is more to do with the banks. Look, it's like the white hats. It's from the heart. It's going to be an absolutely wonderful thing. I mean, it's such a change for humanity. Mr. T, and he puts us on a new path, and it looks like our money system evolves as well, because, and also it's very integral. Ones are very integral. Balance what's important to you. So maybe the 3 of Swords is that they've lost, the banking system's breaking down. Yes, trust in your intuition, what you're seeing, sensing and experiencing. Balance. So maybe they realise they're on the outs, and it's just a matter of time. I think my question was when. Meditate, reconnect with your inner spirit. See, this is why, reconnect with your inner spirit. So this is like the hermit, wisdom, something very old and wise and spiritual in a way. So this is why we're going to reconnect to that. The QFS will be more that, if you know what I mean, not the townspeople taking all your money. But what was my question? When will it start? Well, I suppose that's the question we all want to know. I'm going to just go January, February, March, April. Okay. Well, it's like, maybe it's still a decision. Okay. That could be 2 months. Could be they're not sure yet. Right, hang on, let me think. I'm going to just try. Will the QFS system come into effect in January, February, March or April 2025? January, February, March, April. January, February, March, April. 4 cards. Here we go. I don't know. It'll probably just tell me about the QFS as a whole. I tend to find when I do this like this, it just is the whole thing rather than each month. But I'll give it a go. QFS. January they leave. February, we're waiting. This could be the money building up. Oh yes. February, your stash. March could be your swap over. Could be April, you get it. Whoa, look at that. It's painful though, because it's still a long way away when you're paying your bills. But that's a really nice picture. January looks amazing. January, February, March, April. Didn't mean for this to be so long. See what I got for each. January, February, March and April. Do this one. Look, this is also something very spiritual comes in. Got the clouds there as well and the sun. Look at that. Something more balanced and fair and, Right, here we go. January. create. February, clearing. March, wait. April, communicate. My friend, I think, got April as well on the community page. Now, obviously, that could change a little bit because that's the only major arcana. That will be the choice is made in a way, but the others could fluctuate, but I don't think it will, especially the January card. January feels very much like that's focused on you got to say goodbye before you can bring it in. That's what it feels like. Last one and I'm leaving. So watch our video. You hopefully will enjoy it. Wow. Thank you very much indeed. Well, that'd be nice for us in the UK. Not in Australia because it's winter. But we're going to be the start of spring. We're going to have money and go on holiday. Yay! The planes are going to be a bit busy, aren't they? Suddenly. Quite funny. Get your sombrero. Anyway, have a lovely day and watch the video straight after this. Thanks then. Bye now.